Miss Vasquez here from the Opportunity Charter School. I have been with OCS for 15 years, and I'm really excited to have you join me today to learn more about Opportunity Charter School. This is an informal information session online where you can feel free to ask any questions within the comment section. And you can also give us a call at our school. I'll give you the phone number in case you want to follow up with any information today after our information session. So that is 212-866-6137, and you're going to ask for the admissions office. So let me go ahead and reintroduce myself, Ms. Vasquez, the admission supervisor for Opportunity Charter School. And I started at OCS with our after school and summer school program. And then over the years, I have been promoted to oversee admissions. And it has been such a wonderful journey. I'm going to share with you why OCS is so special to me and what has kept me there for so long and why I'm so passionate about it. We were founded actually 20 years ago. This year is our anniversary. So if you are watching us live, if you want to put in the chat, congrats, because 20 years is a wonderful accomplishment for Opportunity Charter School, especially considering that it was founded by Mr. Goldberg, who had a vision. And his vision not only came to life and was executed, but is still present to this very day. And so he was a special education teacher who, after teaching many years within the special ed sector of the DOE, he felt like there was just something missing and thought, well, I believe that a child could be successful. Hi, I see you guys on Instagram commenting. Nice to see you there. And so he just felt like if we address the whole child, that would truly make a difference in their education. And so with that, he built our school model in which we have so much support. And we have a social worker for every grade that actually moves with our students in the sense, if your child joins us in 6th grade or 9th grade, they're assigned a grade level social worker. That is their contact person. That is your contact person. And then when the child advances to the next grade, they have the same social worker. So if they join us in 6th grade, that's their same social worker all the way to 12th grade if they stay with us the entire time, because we are grades 6 to 12. Now, if they join us in 9th grade, that will be their social worker for the next 4 years. So you end up forming this really tight bond with your social worker, the social worker with your child. They really feel like these are their children. Your students spend, Monday through Friday, so many hours with us. And so, this is a partnership where we are working together for the best advancement of your child. And so those are our social workers. And what's really nice about our social workers is not only do they provide mandated counseling in the event that it's assigned in a child's individualized education plan, which is known as an IEP, but they also provide services where, let's just say you as a parent, right? Something's happening at home, or you move, there was a death in the family, you notice a difference in your child's behavior. You can reach out to the social worker to check in on how your child is doing. And so that kind of support for not only your child, but for you as a parent makes OCS very special. Now, secondly, someone in the chat asked, how is Mr. Goldberg? He is well. He is still with us at Opportunity Charter School. So thank you so much for asking that question. Again, Mr. Goldberg is our founder. So the other part that makes OCS special and has a huge level of support, part of the vision that Mr. Goldberg had, is having a school culture team. Okay, the school culture team is also 1 per grade. So now you see all this like individualized attention and all this support for our students. And so They are the first ones to greet our students when they first arrive. And so our students enter on 112th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue in our schoolyard. Our high school students, mainly you see them in the schoolyard playing basketball or talking on the benches. And then our middle school students usually go into the cafeteria, and breakfast starts at 7:30. And so the school culture team there is greeting them, saying hello, and making sure that they transition over to class, which classes begin at 8 a.m. Then throughout the school day, they are in the hallways, and they're ensuring that your child has a pass to go to the bathroom. They're not hanging out in the hallways. And what's really nice is, let's just say that a child is acting out, right? Because, even as adults, we have bad days and we get triggered sometimes. So the same happens to our students. So in the event that a student is acting out during class and the teacher is not able to calm them down or is not able to redirect them, they can call on a school culture team member. And so that school culture team member will pull the student out and try to figure out what is happening with the student, right? Did they not have breakfast? Are they hungry? Is that why they're acting that way? Is it that they don't understand the material? They can't see the board, something happened at home. So it's not just automatically, you're misbehaving, go to the principal's office, you're on detention. That's not the approach that we take at Opportunity Charter School. What we do is the school culture team member addresses and tries to get to the root of what is happening, right? If it's breakfast, they'll get them breakfast. If it's something academic related, they may go ahead and, refer them to a special education specialist. If it's something social emotional, they may refer them to the social worker, or maybe they just needed a break. And so the point is to be able to find out what is happening with that child so that they can go back to class. And then the school culture team is also there to dismiss the students. So they're there ensuring that the students are exiting the premises, that they feel safe, and that they leave the school grounds. And I got a chat here. Hi, yes, the only real princess. Hi, I am still at OCS. I know. Back when I started at OCS, we didn't even have our first graduating class yet, and so I am still here. Yes, so nice to see you. So we have the social workers for every grade. We have the school culture team for every grade. So do you see all the support that your child is receiving? Now, in addition to that, if your child receives any special education services, we do provide speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, counseling, and on the IEP itself, for middle school, we do have 12-to-1 in ELA and mathematics. So 12-to-1 means 12 students to 1 teacher. That's in middle school. And now for high school, we do offer 15-to-1, which is 15 students to 1 teacher. Some IEPs have that designation directly on them. Other IEPs, your child may have ICT. They may have ICT in all subjects, or they may have, 12-to-1 or 15-to-1 in all subjects. We do not offer it in all subjects. I just want to make that very clear. What we offer it in is ELA and mathematics. And so with our special education, we have an entire team of special education specialists ensuring that your child's IEP, which is their individualized education plan. And so those that may not be familiar, an individualized education plan is just that. It's a plan that is made for that child's success, right? So if a child is struggling academically and they've done the tutoring, they've done the homework help, they're studying, they're working hard, you see all that, but they're still just not improving. It may be that they need additional supports. And so with that, a child can be evaluated by the Committee for Special Education, and they determine the services. And services could be anything like, okay, this child needs to be in a smaller classroom because they get too distracted in a larger classroom. Or this child needs extended time on their test because it takes them a little bit longer to process. Or my child needs to test in a different area and not in a classroom with so many students. I mean, the list goes on and on. Those are just a few off the top of my head. I just want you to understand. So the individualized education plan is an individual plan for that child to be academically successful. And so that's called an IEP for short. And at our school, we have over 63% of students that do have an IEP. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. I am looking at comments, questions, so that I can see them and I don't miss it. And because we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, and we're live on Instagram here. So back to the IEP. Our IEP meetings are held at Opportunity Charter School, virtually and or in person, hybrid model. And we invite the parent to attend, and we invite the student to attend along with the special education director. We feel it's easier for our parents and our population that we have those meetings directly at the school, and or we have them virtually, for the convenience of our parents. And then we also want the student to attend, because we want the student to know what services they receive. What are they entitled to? We want them to be able to advocate for themselves, right? Like, is that enough time for you to take a test? Because there's additional time and there's double time. And so we want them to understand what their services are and how they can benefit from those services. So with that approach that Mr. Goldberg took, we have the social workers, the IEP team, the school culture team, all of that support for our students and for, you, the parents, as well. Now, we are located at 240 West 113th Street between Adam Clayton Powell and Frederick Douglass. As far as transportation, the easiest way to get to OCS, if you're taking the train, is going to be the 2, the 3, or the B or the C to either 110th Street or 116th Street, because we're located on 240 West 113th, although our students enter on 112th Street. Now, the school day. We are in school Monday through Friday, but Monday through Thursday, students have school from 8 to 3 p.m. and on Fridays from 8 to 12. They are dismissed at 12 on Fridays. It is a half day. And that time in the afternoon is spent on professional development for our staff and or grade team meetings. And so what's really nice about the grade team meeting is, like, if your child's in 9th grade and they may be struggling a little bit, the entire grade gets together. So that's the social workers, the school culture team, the teachers, the IEP specialists, everyone, and they go over the students. And so again, this is the kind of school, we're very small, where literally everyone knows your child. Like, there's no hiding. We occupy the 3rd and 4th floor of the building. Our high school mainly occupies the 3rd floor, our middle school, the 4th floor. So between the school culture team members, the social workers, the IEP specialists, like, we really know who your student is. And so on Fridays, the grade teams will get together and they'll talk about, how everything's going in the grade. They'll go over the students and things like that. We do have an after-school program. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So that is how our school day is organized. And so I'm going to go over a couple of quick facts here with you. I don't know how much you know about charter schools, but if you don't know anything at all, a charter school is a free public school. The only difference is that we are authorized as a charter school, and we are actually authorized through the Department of Special Education. And with our charter, there is a renewal period where they come and visit and analyze our school every few years. And so, as I mentioned, we are a small school, about 420 students between 6th to 12th grade. So between our middle school and our high school. Our population is about 97% African-American and Hispanic. And as I mentioned before, 63% of our students have an IEP, and we have over an 86% graduation rate. Our classes are 57 minutes long, and we do share the building with 2 other schools. The other 2 schools are elementary schools. So we are the big kids within the building. And they actually come in separate entrances, different times of day, so that our students are not running into the other students. Now, we do share the cafeteria, the gym, and the auditorium, but all of that is scheduled where we're not running in. And plus, we're the big kids in the building. And so there's a public school, a public elementary, and a public elementary, and an elementary charter school within the building. And our students, when it comes to transportation, they will receive a Metro card if they qualify, or if they have an IEP and the IEP has busing, that will be honored. Or what we actually piloted this year, which we're really excited about, is we're offering our own busing for students that live within the Bronx or Upper Manhattan, because the majority of our students come from the Bronx, and we kept running into parents being concerned about their sixth graders taking the train. And so we've instituted our own transportation at this point. And so we will be continuing that next year as well. And for our student database, we use Infinite Campus. And so parents are provided a login so that you as a parent, you can review your child's grades, their attendance. You can talk to teachers back and forth. So we very much encourage parents to be active in our student information system. Any questions so far? Drop them in the comments. This is very informal information session here. And so parents, we want you to work with us, okay, if your child comes to OCS, because it's a collaboration. They spend a lot of time at home. They spend a lot of time at school, and we want to be on the same page. And so with that, we need your help instilling our uniform policy, making sure you call if your child is not going to be attending that day, providing any excuse notes if they go to the doctor, checking your email for any updates from Opportunity Charter School, logging into the system, and attending parent-teacher conferences. You know, we want to keep you as updated as possible on your child's well-being and their education. And so I did speak already on what makes OCS special. However, I do want to add that we also have a school psychologist on staff. So while you're researching schools, you're looking at schools, usually they'll have maybe one social worker, maybe two. We have one per grade. And on top of that, we have a school psychologist as well. So that's really helpful for our students and our parents. And let me talk a little bit about academics in middle school. And you know what? Let me take a moment to invite you and make this announcement. On Wednesday, February 7th, we do have an in-person open house, okay? So if you want to come visit OCS, visit the campus, meet the principal and see what it's like, we invite you to come and attend. You can register at our website, which is ocsny.org. Also, we are having a virtual meet and greet with our principal. Our principal is Miss Hazel, and this is an informal information session with Miss Hazel directly. So she can definitely dive more into academics and answer your questions. And so that is Saturday, February 10th, and that's going to be at 11 a.m. Okay. And so academically speaking, we have our Common Core standards, ELA, science, social studies, mathematics, but we also offer interventions for our students. And so when it comes to reading, some of the programs that we have are really great reading, System 44, that's dedicated to decoding. We have Read 180 for comprehension, and then we also have enrichment for our students. And this is done via a Google Chromebook. Every child gets their own to use that day during class. And that system picks up exactly where the student left off, and it's tailored individually for that student. So they can also do it at home if they so choose to. And then for mathematics, the intervention that we use is called ALEX. Now for special classes, we do have art and phys ed in our middle school, and then they get Spanish in 8th grade. And we also have an advisory program for social emotional learning and honor roll in our high school and our middle school. And so for high school, I'm going to switch my hat a minute and talk about high school for a moment. And so we follow the New York State standards for graduation, which is 44 credits to graduate at Opportunity Charter School, along with the 5 regions that needs to be passed as well. And some of the colleges that our students have gone to are anywhere from 2-year colleges to 4-year colleges, private, public, SUNY, CUNY, Manhattan College, for example, Pace University, St. John's University, SUNY Brockport are just a couple of them. Now, in our high school, we do have college and career readiness for our students. We have a great Microsoft certification program that teaches them Word, Excel, PowerPoint. That's a class they take. And then at the end, they take an exam to ensure they're proficient within that software. Now, this is good for a multitude of reasons. One, Your child is getting that administrative experience. So if case they want to apply to an office job where they have admin skills, they have this certificate to be able to present, which is really nice. We also offer a variety of internships. We have programs outside of OCS that we partner with, as well as Opportunity Charter School itself. We have internships within the school for students to work in different departments throughout their free periods. We also have this excellent partnership with the Geriatric Career Development. And so that is known as GCD. That's actually a 3-year commitment that your child begins in 10th grade. And so this program provides them an internship at a geriatric home. It provides them SAT prep, homework help, a stipend, and transportation. And when they finish the 3-year program, it's training them to become a nurse's assistant. So they can actually graduate with that certificate because they're learning phlebotomy, they're learning bedside manner, they're learning, how to care for the patients. And that's why it's a 3-year program. So anyone interested in the medical field, this is for you. We have a partnership with College Now, and that depends on the students' PSAT scores and their grades in 11th grade English that they will qualify. And College Now is where they can take college level classes at a high school, in high school. What's great about that is it saves you money. Essentially, like these are college credits that will transfer over to when they go to college. So they'll already go into college with some credits, which is really nice. We also have CDOS hours that students can complete at OCS or outside of OCS. We have an 8th and 11th grade mentorship program. And so what's nice about that is our 8th graders are getting help within, 8th grade could be a tough time, right? Because it's like right before you're going to high school, there's lots of changes happening in your life. And so the 11th graders are able to mentor them. And then when they become 9th graders, their mentors are 12th graders. And lastly, we also have a student council at Opportunity Charter School. So let's talk about uniforms for a second. We are a charter school that uses uniform. This is our middle school uniform, which as you can see, it is a burgundy wine color top and khaki or black bottoms. Now, you do not need to have the logo. We understand that that is a financial constraint for some families. So going to Target or Old Navy and just getting, look. And I look like I have a middle school uniform on right now myself. And so getting a polo with the collar on it is perfect for your child in like this same color, wine or burgundy. No need to have the logo. We also have patches at the school if you want to iron or sew them on. And the bottoms are black or khaki. Now in high school, our students have a little bit more flexibility. The shirt can be either black, white, or gray, and it needs to have a collar. So whether it's a button down or a polo or a pullover, it needs to have this kind of a collar to it. And then the bottoms are black or gray. As far as the backpack, it could be anything. Socks can be anything. Shoes, we ask for closed toe shoes. Sneakers are just fine. Just no sandals. And some of the sports that we offer, because I know that we have some sports fanatics. We're a big sports school. And so in the fall, we have girls volleyball, co-ed flag football, co-ed soccer, co-ed track and field. And then in the winter, we have middle school basketball and our high school basketball for boys and girls. In the spring, we go to co-ed volleyball, co-ed track and field, co-ed soccer, and then that's when we start baseball and softball. So if your child is big into sports, we are a big sports school. And we also have after school programs because not every child is interested in sports. And so we have different clubs like homework help, cheerleading, anime, film, music, beauty, culinary, crafting, and video gaming. Okay, any questions so far? We are coming to the end and wrapping this up. I hope that I've been very helpful so far. I want to talk to you about enrollment. Okay, how do you get into Opportunity Charter School? So because we're a charter school, our admissions is based on a lottery system. Okay, your child will automatically be assigned to public school, whether that's a middle school public school or a high school public school. No matter what, your child's going to have a school. I think of charter schools as another avenue for another choice for your child to have in their education, because no matter what, they're going to have their public school. So now you can apply to charter schools, visit charter schools, because it's a lottery system. So for us, you would go to our website, www.ocsny.org, and you would apply. That's all we need from you, is literally just the application for you to be able to be entered into the lottery. I'm going to come a little bit closer to talk about this. This is like my area that I really love. And so the application deadline is April 1st. However, you can fill it out right now and kind of just forget about it, because we only need to fill it out one time. No duplicates, one-time application. Again, April 1st is the deadline, but just go now, fill it out, get it over with. We take students in grades 6 to 12. So you could apply for 6th grade, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12th grade. And our lottery will be taking place on April 4th. So the deadline's April 1st. We're conducting our lottery April 4th. And what happens is, on the day of the lottery, we have a lottery where we're filling up our seats according to like 6th grade special education, 6th grade general education. In 6th grade, we're generally looking for about 30 to 40 students or so. And then in 9th grade, maybe about 20 or so, give or take. And we also have preference for District 3. That is where we're located, which is between 59th and 122nd from Riverside to 5th Avenue. And what I want you to really note is not to be discouraged if your child doesn't get in at the time of the lottery, okay? Because we use our wait list. So let me just break down the process to you a little bit. The lottery takes place. Yay, your child happens to be accepted at the time of the lottery. We are emailing you, we are calling you, we are texting you, we're letting you know your child has been accepted. Now, because they've been accepted does not mean there are students starting in September. We actually need you to complete the enrollment process. And so that process is submitting paperwork, documentation, physical, birth certificate, immunization, report card, IEP. We need that information, emergency contact form, to be able to input your child into our student database, make them a schedule. So I want to make that very clear. Just because your child's accepted does not mean they're enrolled. You need to complete the enrollment process so that we can actually add your child to our school. And so you'll be provided that information for you to complete the enrollment process. And step 1 is going to be submitting those documents. If your child has an IEP, we need the IEP. So that's just step 1. So let's just say that it's 6th grade and we're accepting 30 students. And so we've sent out our acceptances and we received back 20 enrollment packets. 20 families are completing the enrollment process. So now what we do, there's still space for 10 families. So we go down the wait list to the next 10 families. And then let's say out of those 10, 5 get back to us. We go on the wait list to the next 5. So that's why I say if you're on the wait list, don't despair, because we do use our wait lists. And we have students that come in through our wait lists. And like I said, we accept them until all of our seats are filled. And so do not despair if you're not accepted at the time of the lottery, but do adhere to the deadlines, okay? Because you could be accepted and you could be accepted in April, and then we hear from you in August. Your child no longer has a seat. We didn't hear back from you. You didn't complete the enrollment process. So we move down the wait list. So that's very important that you know. If your child is accepted, complete the enrollment process so that we can enroll your child. Oh, I'm so glad I'm glad. I see you, Miss OCS. Hi, Malik's mom. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. So that is how our enrollment process works. And then lastly, we encourage you to follow us on social media. And so we have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and a YouTube page. So I want to just quickly recap. OCS has been open for 20 years. This is our 20th anniversary. We were founded by Mr. Goldberg, that believe that every child could be successful as long as they're given all the tools to be successful. And the tools that we provide are not only the academic tools, but social emotional. Social worker per grade, school culture team member per grade, team of learning specialists, lots of individualized attention and support. We're a uniform school. We're located at 240 West 113th Street between Adam Clayton Powell and Frederick Douglass. You can apply right now on our website, www.ocsny.org. Also, you can come visit us, okay? February 7th, it's a Wednesday. You can register and come and visit us in person for the open house, or you can't come in person. Saturday, February 10th at 11 a.m., we are having a meet and greet with our principal. So those are some of the events coming up. I hope that you found this helpful. I hope you learned about Opportunity Charter School and that I had the chance to share like my passion and love of what I believe makes Opportunity Charter School so special, because, you know, students that are struggling academically that need extra support, we are a small school where literally like your child will not get lost. We know your child's name. We're super small. There's lots of support. So if that's the kind of environment you're looking for your child, we encourage you to apply. All you need to do is fill out the application. It is lottery based. That's all we need you to do. Okay, the application deadline is April 1st, and we are conducting our lottery April 4th. Okay, so if I have no other questions, thank you for spending this time with me. You can drop any questions you have later on if you're watching the replay down in the chat, or you can contact us. Our email is admissions@ocsny.org, or you can also call us 212-866-6137 and ask for the admissions office. Oh, thanks for the update. Malika's done with Kyle. Oh, wow. Oh, what a beautiful comment here. Makai, I'm going to read the comment. So Makai is done with college. Malik is graduating in June, going to college. Thanks to OCS, all the support y'all gave us. Best choice parents can make. Thank you. We really appreciate you sharing that with us. Like I said, we're a small school, okay? Our school culture team members, our teachers, our social workers are very invested in our students. Right? Imagine if your student comes to us in 6th grade, like that social worker is with you, that school culture team member. If you have an IEP, that learning specialist throughout your whole career with us, or if you come in 9th grade. So we really, really get to know our students well. We get to know our parents well. You know, very often our school culture team member can tell just from a student arriving at school in the morning if their behavior is different. You know, that's really special. And then they'll see, you know, what's happening. Like, you know, is something up? You're acting a little bit different, or, you know, the social worker. So that level of support is just really beautiful at Opportunity Charter School. All right. That's my spiel for today. I will join you another day to do a frequently asked questions session in which I will share what parents frequently ask us, and I'll give you the answers to it. Yes. Okay, so another comment. Miss Jackson has been with us. Oh, God. So one of the nice things about OCS, like I've been there for 15 years. Our head of school, Miss Marqueux, has been there for at least, you know, 15 years or so, or before I even got there. Miss Francis, our high school principal, who was on sabbatical because she just had a baby. She's been at OCS since as long as I can remember as well. So a lot of our admin staff, a lot of our foundations have been at OCS for, you know, well over 10 years. And so Miss Jackson is a social worker, and she's been with us forever as well. And so the parent is just saying that Miss Jackson is the best go-to for parents. And yes, Miss Green, she's absolutely amazing as well. Miss Green was our front desk secretary, and she actually retired. However, we have Miss Di Giovanni at the front desk now, and so she's happily greeting families. So again, thank you for spending this time with us. If you can join us at our open houses, visit our website, ocsny.org. Take care. Bye.